final time in 2012. Spencer leads him off turn number 4, leads him off to turn number 1, headed towards turn number 4. Glenn Reed, the 76 of Tommy Bowles. Brian Sullivan, the 29. Then it's Jim Rock, the 88. Galco, 8. Burns, the 54. Cates, the 26. Pitcap, the only driver doing a triple competing in 3 divisions. Ian Priest, the young contender. And then it's Sean Foster, the 25. Teddy Christopher, the all-time winner. Friday night event in 2012. Todd Owen, Jervis, one of the 10 years. Jones, Belair has done that, along with Matthews, car number 9.
to turn around, and that is what triggered the mayhem.
It sure did. The caution comes out with no laps into the record books. Cars involved. Michael King on Magawa Mass, car number 4, sent stranded behind one of the light bulbs at the bottom edge of the racetrack. Raymond Garcetti got hard on the brakes, and when he did that, the car darted to the right, and it made minor contact with the safety barrier down in turn 1. What it looked like, from our vantage point, that Kyle Spencer's car, as he went into turn number 1, as he hit the brakes, perhaps the car had too much front brake in it. When it did, the back end snapped around, and that set off the reaction that Matt Buckler was talking about.
And it was very fortunate that more cars didn't get tangled up in it, because it started right in the front, and Spencer was able to get to the dirt, eliminating a lot of the havoc. So it is Raymond Garcetti who goes behind the wall, and Ben is taking a look at it in our monitor. And what did you see? It was a hair-raising way to start this 40-lap feature.
Right now running in the 5th spot, still looking for his first podium in his 2012 and rookie campaign.
Timing and scoring is rechecking the score sheets even though no laps are complete. The cars that brought out the caution or considered the caution cars are being placed in the position at the rear of the field. Off turn number 4, the field is now doubling up, Matt. We're ready to go racing.
And Glenn Reed takes over the number 1 spot, surrounded by Tommy Bowles in car number 76. The reason I think it's a successful season for Matt Galco, he's finishing the season. The fact that he raced in every race and started every one of them is a testament that he knows how to keep his car in one piece. He is a very smart driver, and I think this is just a preview of coming attractions, what lies ahead for Matt Galco. So we are ready to get him back up to speed, and Ben, experience on the front row with Reed and Tommy Bowles.
No question about it. There's years of experience, a ton of talent, and the green is out. They are underway to the bottom of turn 1. with a car that has a lot of history to it. And Matt, you know some of the information there.
Well, a couple of years ago in the fall final, Rich Vassar drove that car. He also had a victory in the consolation race that weekend. So he had some success.
I'm curious to see whether or not maybe they were having some mechanical issues. Then again, the other option, it could have been some tire rub out on the racetrack. Looks like right now they are going to go ahead and jack the car up on the left side. And they're going to lower the jack. And talking to Todd on the radio, he'll go ahead and release that clutch and send it back out onto the speedway with just some minor chassis adjustments. It's temperature, the track temperature, the total environment completely different. A car that would be so strong 2 weeks ago may not necessarily be strong today under daylight conditions.
Unbelievable for car number 81, only 5 laps in, and something goes awry there, so a chassis adjustment is the story. Let's go back up front. Glenn Reed, he's had a terrible 2012 season, but he has been a factor many times, and many you mentioned
The area adjacent to the front straightaway, the dirt, Green Acres, and because he has been there a few times, but he'll be the first to tell you this wasn't the season that he expected. But remember, it was his time of year at the World Series that he grabbed his first Wheeling Modified Tour win, a win that put him on the map. Let's see how he handles this snowmobile restart. Keith Rocco.
side by side, closer than those people are. Red line on turn number 4, and it's Lee and
It is Sullivan against Rocco.
Inside the top 5, he's been close. He's finished second to his best buddy Sean Foster when he won in the late stages of the season, but he hasn't gone to victory lane just yet. A couple of cars coming into pit road. Michael Jarvis makes his way to the attention of his crew, but even more importantly, Woody Pitkat on the pit lane. Bob Hitchcock, the Hitchcock Fullwater team, going to work on the rear of the race car. Jimmy Fuller making an adjustment to the shotgun. Shotgun up from the back of the race car. Also making an adjustment on the left side shotgun. Still is a double up here on the line. This group's going to have to hustle to be able to get back out onto the speedway before the green flag.
that was definitely not a planned pit stop for that team. Frank Rocco is also in with car number 97, and all of a sudden the Fuller race car is heading back out with Woody Pitkat. It's the last car off from pit road. And we're going green back.
He has to hustle get up to his buddies in the rear of the field as we are getting ready for our restart. Here is Keith Rocco to the outside. He can let you.
Off the turn, trouble now to the outside. Goes car
150-lap race. Woody Pitkat was in the car, and he finished second in it. So some recent history has been good in that number 19 machine.
Speaking of good, get ready. It's showtime off turn number 4. Looking for the start. The green is back out. Textbook start this time.
Trying to pull away from Keith Rocco. It was almost an adventure symbol by Danny Gates. And now he is moving himself into
moment, and Brian Sullivan was right in the middle of all of that and just did a great job of holding on.
And in the battle for the Stafford Championship, Kevin Christopher is in a good position right now. He is a he can hang in that there, right? He could wrap up another SK5 championship. But Kit Kat's only chance is for him to go to the front and hope something evil happens to Ken Christopher, but it's not happening right now. As Christopher will be starting eighth next door to Matt Galco.
Number 76, Tommy Bowles comes back out. On turn number 4, get ready. It's time to do it all over again. Back to the line, they drop. And now we see Martin changing his line to the inside. As he is Those stories and more. in second. Matt Galco, car number 3, started 6th, up to 3rd. 4th spot, Kenny Christopher, started 13th with lucky number 13. He's in the 4th spot. Sean Foster, car number 25. He's in the 4th. Shaker for this one. Ryan Sullivan started 4th. He's moved back to 6th, but has been a contender. Then we've got Frank Rocco. He's been out of pit road. Sean Tebow, he's been there, done that. Rainer, the story of the afternoon, and Woody Pitkin. And there's Keith Rocco and Cipriano. 4 laps, 2 miles left in this one. Here's Matt Buckler as they come back to green.
It all comes down to a double file restart between Eric Burt and Glenn Reed getting the jump. Eric Burt and of course,
He's backed into the front straightaway wall, and Tommy Bowles is up in turn 1. And the accident cars are being considered the 76 and the 50. Heartbreaker for Tommy Bowles.
right, so Eric Burt has a chance to move up into 13th. Sean Foster for a lot of this, but right now he is in the top 4.
There have been 8 cautions in 36 laps here at the half mile. We're set to go back to green flag racing. Burt the Bulldog to the inside. Green is back out. Green with a slight advantage. Trouble getting up to gear. That's way back.
Can retaliate as they rampage their way off the 4th quarter. Here comes Burt. A burst of speed, an energy surge, and he is leading.
Frank Rocco, 3 wide. Here comes Ryan Sullivan back to line. Twirling 2s in the air. 2 laps to go.
Back in.
Turn number 3 is Sullivan still battling with Christopher. White flag is out. Nobody's surrendering in any of this. Flag comes out. The caution. We are 39 laps in. Green light checker is the story in this 40-lap event. Last restart, Ted Christopher did not come up to speed down the front straightaway. It set off a ripple effect. Ryan Sullivan was behind him. Place to go. Keith Rocco. This game, checker situation Eric Burt. He has had a roller coaster 2012 season, but today it could be his day. And he is more than aggressive today. He is the guy to beat.
And what about Mr. Autumn, Glenn Reed? This is by far his best effort of the season as we go to pit road at Joe Cost.
Well, Ricky Rotunda is a crew chief for Eric Burt. And Ricky, you guys have a long and storied history. You've already got a win this year. These restarts are tough. What's it going to take to get the car moving?
They head down the back straightaway. Flying Silver. Place your bets now. Will Eric Burt, the Bulldog, take a bite out of the fall final? Will Glenn Reed, the Autumn Challenger, make it his place to behold as the king of the final event of 2012? Get ready. Here they come. Matt Buckler brings them to the line.
The restart of the season for Eric Burt right here.
Country.
started turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. I think he got to the Budweiser sign before he finally spun the thing out. But boy, he had that thing dirt tracking up off turn number 2. And now a new right rear tire going onto the automobile. The Hot Wheels red that we've come to know in 2012 for Ted Christopher, trying to get back out onto the racetrack and gain as many positions as he possibly can.
If you think it was exciting to watch firsthand, you have to see it in instant. Matt and I just looked at it, and it is amazing. We literally saw both sides of Christopher's race car in different directions, and he was still able to hold on and gather it back.
I think at one time he looked at everybody in the bleachers in the eye, and as far out of shape he was. And just to clarify something that a lot of fans who watch racing on TV, we want everybody to be aware of. I know the Sprint Cup Tour and the New England Modified Tour that we'll be seeing later on a green-white checker. Once the white flag comes out, the next flag that comes out, whether it be the yellow or the checker, ends the race. That is not the case at Sanford Speedway, and we would every lap. So it's on a green-white checker and it's the finish. This is the difference between weekly racing and what you will see later today on the tour, what you see on television. When we say the three most exciting cars in motorsports, we mean it.
That's right, and it's going to be put to the test here. 39 up on the big board. Who are some of the competitors we should give a shout out to? No question about it. Eric Byrne, of course, up front. Glenn Reed. Matt Galco turning in the run of 2012 for his team. Frank Rocco, like days of old. Brian Sullivan. He's hung out with the big dogs all day long. And, of course, lights are off on the safety vehicle. It's all come down to this. A season's worth of work and talent. Bragging rights and something that everyone will be talking about all year long.
Yeah, an entire season has come down to a double file restart. Eric Byrne on the inside, surrounded by Glenn Reed. Galco and Frank Rocco on the second row. Here comes Bulldog. Eric Byrne trying to beat Reed.
Takes it in deep. Here comes the Bulldog. He's the man to beat. The white flag is out. Here comes Galco. Turn the final circuit. Off the turn. Down to the line they come. Checker flag is out. Eric Byrne will take down the win.
Rallied for 13th, and that unofficially would wrap up another track championship for Ted Christopher. In 14th, Tommy Membrino Jr., Matt Galco, who was in second place on the final two turns of the last lap, finishes 15th, followed by Heather Orchard 16th, Michael Bennett 17th, Kyle Spencer 18th, Roland Pettick at 19th, and in 20th was Tommy Bowles.
That's right, in 21st position, Ryan Priest, disappointing day for him. Same can be said for Danny Cates, 22nd, Chris Jones, 23rd, Dan Avery, 24th, Chris Matthews, 25th, Todd Owen, 26th. So that is the top 26 in our finishing order, and that, of course, is all unofficial. Ladies and gentlemen, he is getting out of his race car. The Bulldog smiling from ear to ear. A very deserving Eric Byrne. Let's go to Joe Koss.
Has had one of those great seasons in 2012 where you've had a battle back for adversity. You've driven a couple of different race cars, but it doesn't matter. You take this one back to victory lane again. Congratulations, you have won the fall final.
You know, it was great. We've been, after the beginning of the year, we started out strong, then we lost the momentum. But to come away like this is great. You know, I thought they were trying to give it away for a while. Every caution came out, I was like, come on, not again. But we'll take this build up for next year.
This is a big day, too. I know you've got your family with you here as well as you always do, and to cap off the season really adds a ton of momentum heading into the winter.
Absolutely, especially my brand new daughter. She'll get her first picture of Victory Lane.
And I'm sure you're looking forward to that. Eric, congratulations.
Thank you.
Eric Byrne has won today's SK Modified feature event. Ricky Rotunda, the whole R&R Fabrication, North End Auto Parts Group celebrating another victory in 2012, and they have gotten the job done here today in an entertaining SK Modified feature event. Frank Rocco, the man who finished in second tonight. Frank, you weren't even here for practice yesterday and qualifying, didn't have a chance to make it, so you had to start at the back of the field, but it didn't matter. Boy, you had a rocket ship today.
Yeah, as long as you have a good car, you can, it's 40 laps is plenty of laps to get through the field. We had a great car today. I'm glad if we didn't win that Eric won, and that's certainly one of the highlights of this year.
All right, Frank Rocco, that just goes to tell you how rough his season was throughout 2012, and a second place is good for him. So he'll celebrate that second as Eric Byrne continues to celebrate his victory. Glenn Reed, a guy that really held his own throughout the day today. He's had his ups and downs throughout the 2012 season, but today he was able to get his car up on the podium, and it may be the Nerf bars that he painted white before the race. White Nerf bars, orange Nerf bars, chrome, it didn't matter, but Glenn, you got on the podium today, and you were right in the mix to get the Glenn Reed finishes third today. Eric Byrne celebrates his victory. In a couple moments, we will talk to the champion once again, Ted Christopher. We will move his Modified into CarQuest Victory Lane and interview the 2012 SK Modified champion, guys.
Well, look at all the folks in CarQuest Victory Lane and Eric Byrne and all of his friends and family. The coolest thing that Matt and I saw is we saw Eric Byrne's children heading and running out to Victory Lane. His son, who's his biggest fan, who sets up in turn number 4 and gives dads the thumbs up at the start of every race event. He was running his little legs off to get down there, and Eric's beautiful wife and everybody there celebrating, and it is a great celebration for them and a great way to close the season. Really a real nice family and real good race people and good for the sport of auto racing. Good to see Frank Rocco back on top of his game, and Glenn Reed, you can tell he talks about the highs and the lows of the sport, and I think he explained it quite well, that this sport sometimes can be very cruel and sometimes can be very good.
I know there were some rumors surrounding Frank Rocco, but his crew chief, Stan Schmutova, has assured us that Frank Rocco will be back in 2013. And for Eric Byrne, that was his 12th career win, and now he is tied for 12th on the all-time list with Jerry Pearl. So Jerry Pearl and Eric Byrne are tied on the all-time SK Modified win list at Stafford Motor Speedway.
And as you look right now at the steps coming up, see that beautiful little bundle there with the big blanket? Well, guess what? That is the newest addition to the beautiful Byrne family that is all part of that, and that is just one of 3 beautiful children. That's the young lady that sang the national anthem for us, crossing over now. She's got Dad's trophy. She's smiling from ear to ear. And there is proud Mom with the trophy as well. And what a great story it is for the SK Modifieds and the Byrne family. There she is, all smiles, as she is proud of Dad today. And so is it Mom, shining with a beautiful smile. They are truly a great family. There's no question about that. Speaking of great families, guess what? Stafford's all-time winningest drivers got another title, and Joe Koss is there.
Ted Christopher holding up the fingers of his championship, and he had to look down at his hand and count to make sure that he had the right number up, as he'll hold up 8 fingers here in CarQuest Victory Lane as an SK Modified champion here at Stafford. Mike O'Sullivan, his nephews, Mike Christopher's sons over here in CarQuest Victory Lane, who he takes part with in the Wild Thing Kart Series on Monday nights. And Ted, this season you started off with a victory at Spring Sizzler weekend. You didn't cap it off with a win today, but you did win the championship. Tell us, what was this 2012 season like compared to some of the others?
Oh, it's a great season. I really got to thank my crew chief, Michael Sullivan, all the hours he puts in it. My friend Darren Vergani, guy J.R.I. Jocks who helps us, Ed Bennett who helps us too, Beth Britton, Engine. We've really had a fast race car every week we come here. They've got it where I like, and it's fun to come every Friday night at Stafford.
Ted, you've accomplished so much. Where does it stop? I mean, for you as a driver, what motivates you to continue doing this?
Wins, people that come to watch me race, that appreciate how I race and stuff, and try to get another championship each time. So it's just, when you have a real competitive car, it's always fun to come every week.
Ted, congratulations on another title.
All right, thank you very much.
Ted Christopher, your 2012 SK Modified Champion here at the Stafford Motor Speedway, and he's got more coming up later behind the wheel of Wade Anderson's number 3 and the Whelen Modified Tour 150.